Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning, beautiful people around the world. Wow, are we ever international on this call already? I know you've already done it, guys, but let us know where you're logging in from. I see people in Ghana, Australia, New Zealand, Sweden, South Africa, USA, Canada, all over the corners of the globe. Want to thank you guys for being here. It's been an amazing, wild ride over the past year and a half, coming on in April in our second year with GotBackup. We've got traction. We're doing really, really well. And after today, I promise you guys, you're going to be absolutely blown away with what's coming. Now, first thing I want to say, because a lot of people feel like, oh, gosh, I don't want to miss out. What's going on? What's happening? Please don't let me fall behind. This webinar is that purpose only. Okay. I didn't invite any leads. Now, if some of you invited guests to the webinar, that's perfectly okay. They might get a little confused without knowing the background of GotBackup and the software that we offer so far and all that kind of stuff. That's perfectly okay. But this is primarily a webinar for our members. Yes, it's being recorded right onto YouTube. So I'll have a recording in the members area in the coming days as well. So the point I'm trying to make is what I'm showing you today, we're not launching today. We're not launching tomorrow. In fact, we're going to be rolling it out in the coming weeks just so that all of you are on the same page and know exactly what's going on. So this is like the notification webinar for our members because we added some really amazing new features and we want to roll it out slowly with you guys so that nobody's confused. Everybody's on the same page. And then once you're on the same page and that light bulb moment goes off, you're going to be super, super, super excited. So again, guys, thank you so much for being here. Let's get started. What I'm going to do is, so this is not a sales webinar. This is not a recruiting webinar. I have absolutely nothing to sell you today, only good news and new features. And again, this is catered to people who are already members of GotBackup. So again, guys, thanks for being here. I'm super excited. This is something we've been working on for a very, very long time, for about 6 months again. And the new features and everything are going to be based off challenges, but also feedback from you guys. So right now we're in 142 countries around the world, which is amazing. Okay. And we're continuing to grow. Now, when you consider there's only 195 countries around the world, to be in 142 of them in the first year and a half or so of business is absolutely off the charts. I'm sure in the coming months and years, we'll probably saturate to 90% of countries around the world. I guess we're at about 80% right now. But that said, being in 142 countries definitely posed a lot of challenges for us over the past year, because the further you are from the data center, affects a lot of customer experience relative to backing up your stuff and so forth. So we learned a lot. We have a really amazing software development team, but when getting into cloud storage and stuff, it's kind of like if you were working on 747s as a mechanical engineer. You're an excellent engineer, you're an excellent mechanic, but then they switch over to working on Apache helicopters, right? You're like, okay, well, give me some time to learn this, but I'm sure I can fix an Apache helicopter as well. So we're definitely becoming experts in what we launched. And we definitely go, by the way, guys, this is a very transparent webinar too. Lots of good things happening. Lots of challenges that happened over the past year and a half. But the good news, despite the challenges, guys, we're doing extremely, extremely well. But let me tell you, from this point on, a tsunami is coming, okay? Without a doubt. I'm going to explain why the tsunami didn't hit yet, but I can tell you a huge tsunami is coming for all of you. Just pay attention, get engaged, learn the new features, and learn the software as well, okay? So, a great end user experience, okay, really depends on a multitude of factors. And this is where we started to have a strong learning curve for ourselves, okay? One is you're going to be your internet upload speeds, which we can't control, right? So some people around the world, what most ISPs do, like as an example, even for me, I'm on Spectrum internet at home. my download speed is about 300 times faster than my upload speed. Okay. They do that on purpose to save money. Now, of course, I can upgrade and start paying $250 a month for my internet connection to have equal upload speed as download speed. But heck, that defeats the purpose of having GotBackup at $9.97 if I have to spend $250 a month at home for a faster upload internet connection. So we went back to the drawing board and said, okay, we can't change the infrastructure. We can't change the fact that people in Ghana are 6,000 miles away, or people in Australia are 7,000 miles away, or people in India, are 6,000 miles away. We can't change that, and we can't change the fact that some people have very good upload speeds and some have very bad, upload speeds. Now, just so you understand the difference, upload is when you're taking your data and uploading it to the cloud so that you have a perfect backup. That's where the challenge is posed because, again, most people have like 300 megabit download speeds, but maybe 1 to 2 megabit upload speeds. So you combine that with our customers all over the world, and when you're 6,000 miles away, the path to our data center can be very, very, very dynamic. It's always based on the path traveled and the weakest link in that path traveled. So some of the things we started to look at, guys, and again, the number one rule when you're doing sales, and this is not a sales webinar, is don't get into the techno babble too much because people tune out. Are like, I don't upload, download, megabit, gigabit, terabyte. I'm out of here. Understand this, guys. You need to know these basic terms if you're going to become a leader in GotBackup. And these terms are very easy to understand and very easy to learn. Okay. So the biggest challenge was distance from the data center and people's upload speeds relative to having a very, very good experience with the product. Okay. So we thought to ourselves, how can we improve the speed and experience of backing up your computer no matter where you are in the world? We looked at several different options, and some made sense and some didn't. Okay, guys. So, to a lot of people in North America, they're like, works great, right? Because they're a couple hundred miles from the data center. At best, they're 800 miles from the data center and so forth. So a lot of people in North America said, hey, it's working okay for me. I'm not saying everybody, okay? Because if you had a poor upload speed, even if you lived 20 minutes from here, it doesn't matter. As an example, it takes longer for me at home because I have a poor upload speed with my internet, and I'm not going to pay $250 a month to increase that, but my home is literally a 2.5, 3-minute drive from the data center. Okay. So these were the unknowns that we can't fix. And so we came up with a solution that absolutely fixes it completely for everybody. If you remember, which is compression and versioning. Now, a lot of you I'm going to take some time and go through these slides a little bit. And this is where you really need to learn. Okay, guys, you've got to learn. You can't be the best car salesman at Toyota or Tesla or wherever the case may be without knowing a little bit about your product and service. The good news is you don't need to go back to university to learn these small things. We're going to teach it to you today. But nevertheless, it's always a good thing to understand and learn. Okay. So with all the unknown factors of we can't control upload speeds, we can't control distance. So especially people in like Asia, Australia, India, places really, really far away, people were like, Joel, I was so excited for the offer, right? Like, I mean, guys, the offer is so solid that over the past year and a half, we've done at least $2,000 to $3,000 a day, every single day of new customers. So they were super excited, like, man, what a no-brainer. 6 terabytes of space. I can back up my whole family like that. The offer is solid. It's unbelievable. The challenges that we started to have is when people, especially internationally, and it doesn't mean not locally too, because you might be 20 minutes from here going, no, Joel, I had a horrible experience uploading my stuff simply because you might have a slower upload internet speed. But I'm talking, for the bulk of the masses. So people would join in India and Australia and Asia and Singapore and all over the Asian countries. And they're super excited. And we'd see some massive growth there for a couple of days when a new leader jumped in, and then we'd start to see it level off. Okay. Not really decline, but level off. And so we started to go back to the drawing board and say, why did this happen? And it honestly just came down, guys, to people having a bad user experience relative to backing up their computers to the cloud. Okay. So again, self-admittedly, we knew there was a problem. We knew we had to find a solution. So some of the solutions we looked at first were things like content distribution networks. Content distribution networks just means that, let's say if I'm in Australia, well, you might go here, then here, then over 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 here, then finally you hit our data center. The more hops you get, the more road traveled, the slower it gets. A content distribution network just allows you to have a clear path from one location to the other. So that would fix the road traveled, but it didn't necessarily fix the upload speeds. And content distribution networks are extremely expensive. Okay, we got quoted anywhere from $10,000 to $30,000 a month for one content distribution network into one country. So if we wanted to go and put that into multiple countries, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars in a month in overhead, which wasn't doable, obviously, because we want to keep the offer extremely valuable. 6 terabytes of space, 6 separate accounts for you and your whole family for less than $10 per month. So we started to look into compression, okay? And so I'm going to use layman's terms for this, and a big shout out to Will, who helped me with this, as well as Chris, because I wanted to use layman's terms so that you kind of identify how we change things and how things are really, really heading for a tsunami. So again, to be perfectly clear with you all, the offer was solid, but then some people would start using the tool and not have the greatest user experience. And obviously, if you don't have a great user experience yourself, you're going to say, well, Joel, the offer was solid, but it didn't really, it's too slow, or I don't understand, or all that kind of stuff. I cannot ethically or morally promote this product if it's not working 100% for me. And in fact, guys, that's why when we started to notice that there were people internationally having challenges with the product, that's when we stopped doing our co-ops. Remember, our last co-op was 3 or 4 months ago, because as your CEO, I cannot ethically promote something because let me say this as well. And I realize I'm getting super excited and I'm talking super fast. As your CEO, if our product isn't rock solid and perfect, I feel like I'm selling air. Not literally, because a lot of people said, Joel, I'm just uploading and using it. Just the 6 terabytes is worth $10 a month, right? So the good news is, guys, from this point forward, everything I'm going to show you in this slide and moving forward again in the coming weeks, and I see more and more people jumping on this call, understand again, what I'm showing you today is not being released today, and it's not being released tomorrow. This webinar is for you guys to have a full understanding of where we're going, and then we're going to stagger release this out starting next week, but it's going to take a few weeks, up to a month, to release it out for everybody, because we want to make sure, number one, people have a great experience with GotBackup, okay? So let's use coffee as an example, right? We all drink coffee, and when you have the coffee grains, they're in a compressed format. But then when you put the coffee grains into water, it ends up being, about 200 grams of coffee. So if you remove the water, you end up with an instant coffee or a packet of grains. Now, the whole coffee weighs about 200 grams, okay? Whereas just the instant coffee here weighs about 3 grams. So in effect, what we did with the new app that I'm going to show you today is it compresses everything on your computer, just like a zip archive, only even better compression. In fact, it compresses things up from 30 to 70% as an example. So kind of like the coffee example, before uploading from your computer, we're taking out all the water, all the unnecessary stuff that's needed for the upload. And again, if we're compressing things at about 70%, what does that mean? It means about 3 to 4 times better speed. If we're compressing at 50%, you got 50% better speed. And guess what? This is irrespective of your distance. So even if you had good experience before, your experience is going to be 3 times faster. If you had a bad experience before, it's going to be much different. Okay. So as an example, when we did all our testing, some people, the other thing that is part of it too is how much data do you have on your computer? So me, I'm a super user, okay? I have almost a terabyte of used space on my laptop. So just to give you guys a comparison, using our old app, it took 5 days to back up my computer to the cloud from home. 5 days. With the new app, it took less than 12 hours. So we compressed 5 days into 12 hours. The other reason for that is we'll get into that, is the technologies that we're using difference. So to go from a 5-day time frame to back up your whole computer to 12 hours is ridiculously different. So imagine if it was 5 days for me and somebody's a super user in Ghana or Africa or Nigeria or Australia, then it's just a bad user experience, right? And today we live in an attention deficit world. That's why TikTok is growing. We've got an attention span of 15 seconds, and that's about it, right? So compression was the way that we go. And when you start traveling in the airplane or traveling across the internet, when it's just a fraction of the size going into our data center from any corner of the globe, it just makes a better experience. Because it's so tiny in the upload to our server room, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, whether you're in Pakistan or India or North America, or it doesn't matter, you're getting a much better user experience. And we're going to demonstrate that for you guys today, and a whole slew of new features that I haven't even talked about yet, okay? So we compress it down like just small grains of coffee, and then once it gets into the cloud, we add the water again, and your data becomes whole. Okay, so we're squeezing all the water out of your data, uploading it to the cloud in a fraction of the time that we did before. Then we re-add the water and your data is there. Guys, just a quick yes in the text chat. And man, it's just flowing in here today. Let me get to new comments. It doesn't change anything, Sylvie. It doesn't change anything. We compress it. We make it the exact same size it was before. Okay, so is it making sense for you guys in short term? Take the water out of it all, just like this. Here's my water bottle here. With it filled with water, it probably weighs about 4 pounds. If I take the water out of it, probably weighs, maybe 25 grams. Same idea. We took the water out of it. It doesn't affect your files. It doesn't change anything. We put it back into the cloud, and we reopened it up, and everything is exactly the same as you have it on your computer. Good, you guys are getting it. So which is faster to hand off to someone? A packet and so here's the other technology that we're using too. Our old app, okay, if I'm going to use a different analogy. Our old app, let's say you have a dish filled with M&Ms. Our old app would take one M&M out of the bowl and put it in. Grab the next M&M or the next file or video, put it into the cloud. Grab the next M&M or file or video and put it into the cloud. With the compression, what we're doing is instead of grabbing one file at a time, we're grabbing 300 files at a time in one big handful and putting it up to the cloud. Okay, so that's enough of the techno babble per se. I think you guys get it. It's just making a much, much better end user experience for you guys. Okay. So what's quicker, giving one packet of coffee away at a time or shoving up 30 packets of coffee in one shot? I think you guys get the point of that. Okay. So again, think of your computers like cup of coffee. You take your data, we pack your data with the new app. That's just a picture of the new app. We upload it to the cloud, then we decompress it, and you're good to go. Okay. So the average is 30 to 50% smaller and as much as 70% smaller. So again, we're eliminating all the things we couldn't deal with. We can't fix people's upload speeds. We can't get people to move closer to the data center. So we made the perfect fix for everybody while keeping our overhead extremely low. And with our low overhead being extremely low, doing what? Being able to pay up to 75% in our compensation plan. Okay. So that there was no way we could have content distribution networks or upload servers all over the world and keep our pricing the same. And now we're adding new features that we're going to talk about shortly, guys, that is absolutely included in your membership. So if the value wasn't insane enough, the value is just going to get more and more and more and more. And the better the value, because remember, I told you guys, the offer is insane. You talk to people like, I got to back up my stuff anyway. and I get to back up my whole family. The challenge became is when they started to have a bad user experience. And I get it. If you're having a bad user experience, how can you promote something? You can't. You feel guilty about it, right? So anyway, let's move forward. So your data going through the cloud, and then it comes back to your original size in our server room. We upload it and it's unpacked and it's back to its original size. So it doesn't affect pictures. It doesn't affect the quality of your video. If you have a 4K video, it's going to stay 4K. Okay. It's just on the upload of it is very, very different now. So with compression, the speed of your backup will be much faster because the amount of data used to back up your computer will be much smaller while in transit. That brings up the next question. What is versioning? Okay. Now we're probably going to get into the app itself now and a demonstration of everything. And then what I'll try to do is open it up for any questions at the end. Okay. So when you look at the evolution, just as an example, 80% of you are Windows users. You can see the evolution and versioning of Windows from Windows 1 to XP to Alta Vista. If you're old enough, I remember my mother, for whatever reason, just would not get off Windows 95. And I think it was 2005. And anyway, that's a story for something else. I just never knew why. So we're versioning your software. So coming now to not so much challenges. So we talked about the challenges. We're going to show you how much easier it is and how much effective it was. Now we're talking about features, new features that you guys asked for. Now, give me a sec. I need to take a sip of water. I'm so excited. My mouth's getting dry. Okay. A lot of you said, Joel, I don't get it, right? I don't know what to choose. Like we used to have help desk tickets of people saying, Joel, I want to back up my computer, but it was evident that a lot of people didn't know the difference between a file and a folder in their computer. So we would get help desk tickets like, Joel, you guys are the experts. You tell me, do I back up my documents folder? Do I back up my video folder? Do I back up my downloads folder? Like, what do I do? And we realized very quickly with our market is we had to make the app even simpler because people, once, a confused mind never moves forward, right? But again, you've got to learn some of the basics. So we went back to the drawing board as well to say, okay, what can we do for our end users that even my 85-year-old father could use this product? And it's so much more simpler now. And we added some extra features. So people said, Joel, can you do something that's actually a true backup of my whole computer? Not just a backup my downloads folder or my video folder or whatever else, or just part of my computer. Can we do something that truly back up every single aspect of what we have? Okay. So we did that. We listened to you guys. Okay. So your first backup that you do with the new app, and again, we will be releasing this out staggering over the next coming weeks, okay, is your first backup, even with the exceptional speed, depending how much you're using the product, is going to take a little bit of time. But remember, dramatically improved. I did my own personal test. My whole computer, which is over 1 terabyte, took 5 days at home. I did the same test with the new app and it took hours. It wasn't even a full day, like 6, 7 hours, something like that. Anyway, to go from 5 days to like 6, 8 hours is like ridiculously, radically improved. Okay. But again, people said, can we make it simpler? Speed and savings is equal to time and money, right? For all of you, a much better user experience. So again, as an example, if you have 100 gigabytes on your computer, and your computer allows 10 gigabytes per hour, it will take 10 hours. What if your speed is only 1 gigabit per hour? That would take 100 hours. That's where the compression comes in. Those were the parts that we can't change. We're squeezing the water out. We're making it as tiny as possible, uploading it to the cloud, then putting the water back in. Okay. So what I want to do now, guys, is I want to show you, okay, because you guys all get this. I know I'm talking about compression a lot, but you guys get that we're compressing everything. That's great. And so forth, is start getting into the actual product itself. Okay. Now it's also data savings as well. Some of you with your internet service providers have limited data. Now across the United States, it's generally unlimited data. But the less you're uploading to the cloud, the cheaper it is, right? But again, I think most of you worldwide are on an unlimited plan, okay? So coming next week, okay, we're going to release the software to all new users so that any promotions that you guys do, the new people will get access to the new software right away and have an excellent user experience, okay? Without a doubt. They're going to have an amazing user experience, okay? Now, before we get into the new funnel that you guys are going to absolutely be blown away with, let's go and start demonstrating the software a little bit more, okay? So here's what you're going to see changing over the coming weeks. Again, guys, we always get like 150 help desk tickets like, oh my God, what did I miss? Don't leave me out. Guys, understand. Please put another yes in here. This webinar is to notify our members. Then we will take the recording and we will put it into the members area so that everybody is in the know before we move forward as a group and really hit this hard, okay? I want you guys to understand that. So please don't be in a panic. So what you're going to see in the coming weeks, this is your existing cloud that you guys see right now, okay? You have, nothing changes here. This is what it's going to look like over the coming weeks, okay? Some of you might see it next week. Some of you might see it in a week and a half. Some of you might see it in a month. We hope to release it to everybody well before the month is out, but this is what you see now. This is what you're going to see once we release all the new features to you, okay? So here is your collaborate and share. This whole thing is just your collaborate and share. Now we've got a section where it's true, pure backup of your computer, and you still have your collaborate and share over here. So again, what you have right now, all these menu features here are collaborate and share. What you're getting absolutely free is brand new features of computer backup included in your $9.97 a month. I can't believe it. True computer backup, every file, every folder, everything you can think of. And then you're getting the collaborate and share, which is here. So what you see here is what you see here. Okay. Is that clear, guys? I want a quick yes in the text chat. Again, this is a training webinar. Okay. Make sense, guys? Does that make sense so far? Just a quick yes. You're going to have, good. Okay, great. Awesome. Okay. Screen. Okay. Boy, can you tell this is live, and boy, am I embarrassed. Thank you to people calling me and pinging me and letting me know. Sometimes I get overexcited, guys. And you don't need to be too bright to run a technology company. Just letting you guys know. Okay, so oh boy, I'm going to have to do some editing for the recording, right? So anyway, okay. So let me come back. You guys saw all this, right? So let me come back and show you the app again, okay? Here's the app, okay? Now it will automatically back up your computer every hour. The first backup, again, even though we're compressing things massively, will take some time, okay? So I just did an incremental backup at 9:29 this morning, okay? Let me go just for fun and hit the backup now again and show you what I was trying to show you guys. Let me make sure it's, okay, it's here. So let me come back here and you'll see how fast it's scanning through the files because this is an incremental backup. 81,000, 87,000, 93,000 of, and then the gigabytes it's scanning through 344, 346. This is an incremental backup. I'm going to let this finish, guys. This takes about 2 minutes, even as a power user, okay? Super, super powerful. And the point being, super simple. No more having to choose your files, so on, although you can. If you're more advanced user and you only want to back up certain things, you can certainly do that, okay? So as you can see, out of the 575,000 files right here, so while that's running, here's the 3 backups that I have, a Windows machine, my actual MacBook Pro that I'm on right now, and another one. You can see here in the cloud, it backed up 784 gigs, 565,000 files. And if I come back just to the app here, you'll see that It's already gone through 438 of those 1,000 files, 362 gigs. It's extremely, extremely fast. I'm going to let that run for now. And then once that's done, let me come back here and see if there's any questions. Guys, I'll get to questions in a little bit. I can't answer all the questions. I'll do my best to let it finish, but let me come back to here and here. Okay. Now, see, you guys can see it just did another backup at 9:31. So what does an incremental backup mean? It means it scans all the files on your computer and only uploaded the things that have changed over the past hour. So if you did a new PowerPoint in the past hour, that's going to be uploaded. If you did a new Word document, it's going to be uploaded. If you changed a PowerPoint, that's going to be uploaded. Here's one of the coolest features that you guys asked for. And they said, hey, Joel, how can I restore my files really quickly? Do I have to download them from the cloud? Like, that's going to take an immense amount of time. If you want to restore files, you simply click the restore button. Now, for your security and your protection, I'm going to put in my password. Okay. Other people were trying to call me there. Just a second. Okay. Now, this is going to take about 30 seconds because I have like tons of data on my computer. Okay. It's loading my file tree. It's pulling everything down from the cloud right now. Not every file, of course, but you'll see where I'm going with this. Okay. So give it another 15 seconds or so. And depending how much you use on your computer, there we go. We have it here. So this is my MacBook Pro. Now, here's where some of you are going to be confused, and this is where the education comes in, okay? A lot of these things where you see .vol and cores and temp and var and all these like different folders that you're not used to seeing, those are hidden files and folders on your computer that help it run. Remember, I said it's not just a backup of your data, it's a backup of the whole computer. Okay. So you don't have to really look at these volumes and these shared. You need to know that from this location here, you go to users and it's the same on Windows or Mac. Okay. And then you go to your user account. The name of my computer is red. Once I click there, then you're going to start seeing the visible files and folders, like you can see the visible and files and folders here on my computer right now. Okay. You see that, guys? So on and so forth, right? So I'm going to do a restore of pictures, and I always do it. So let's go ahead and do the CrossFit Live, okay? And I'm going to restore those files back to my computer in real time for you guys. Now, before I do that, let me just close this, come back here just for a second, okay? Just so you guys are perfectly clear. Right here, I'm going to come to my pictures, and I'll try to slow down here because this is a little bit more education. And you'll see here, I just created before the webinar a restore folder as an example. It's empty right now. It's completely empty, nothing in there. Okay. I made this folder. So I come back here, I click on restore files. Let's go ahead and do it again. I just wanted to make sure. And by the way, guys, we're going to have amazing videos and footage and all this kind of stuff for you guys. Let me click continue. And again, guys, this webinar is going to be a little bit more than an hour because I'm super excited with everything that's coming. And I want to make sure you guys are on the same page, and you'll be able to, if you're getting confused and lost right now, don't worry. You can watch the replay as much as you want. So let this tree load again. It's going to take another few seconds. So here we go. We go into my red folder. Then we go into the pictures folder. And I'm going to restore this folder. There's about 170 pictures in here. Okay. And I'm going to click restore to. And then I'm going to go to that restore folder, which is right here. You can see that folder is empty. I'm going to click open, and then it's going to ask me, you are about to restore that to the folder restore. Do I want to do that? Click yes. So now it's restoring. It's restoring over 170 pictures, guys, and some videos in there. And watch how fast this happens because download speeds are even quicker. So it's compressing it on the download to your computer. It now backed up. It now restored all those files in that very short time frame. So let me close this. Let me close this. And here you'll see, remember this was empty. Now it's taking the full path. And there's my restore. Over 175 pictures and some videos restored almost instantly. So this is, her CrossFit competition and so forth. Very, very, very fast, very convenient and so forth. Now this is getting into the little bit more techno babble, guys. Let me make sure my screen's still sharing. Okay. Because the next kind of thing that people, especially what we will be a brand name. Actually, let me come back and just talk to you guys for a sec. Let me remove that. And I apologize for not sharing my screen earlier. We're good. Thanks to all of you. Like, we, without a doubt, will become a brand name. Okay. But we're not yet. We're not Amazon. We're not Google. We're not Microsoft. So some of the reluctance has been around, okay, Joel, I understand that it's encrypted. I understand, but I don't understand. Like, I'm scared. Like, could somebody hack into our data? Okay. So I want to share my screen again and just show you guys some stuff. Okay. Just so that you're educated on why it's literally impossible for anybody to get access to your data. So I'm going to go through that, guys. You don't have to learn it inside and out, but it's been a contingent point with potential new customers. So, like, I understand, but I'm scared. Like, and naturally so, right? So let's go and share my screen again. Now, there's so much layers of security, it's ridiculous with us. Okay, so let me come back to just here so it's nice and simple. The first thing that people have to do, nobody can access our data in our data center unless they are connected to our office. That's called a VPN, a virtual private network. So the first thing to be able to even get to the server, I have to connect through my VPN. So right now let's say, which is impossible, somehow they found a way to hack into the office first. Well, here's in terminal. First, if I want to get into the server, look, it's asking me for a password. So even if they got into the office, which is pretty much impossible, they would still have to know a password to start accessing any data. Okay. Now I'm in what's called our jump box. I know this is, let me just expand this for you guys, but I think this is important for you guys. Now from the VPN and the jump box, then I can go into the GBU cloud. Now I'm logging into the GBU cloud. Okay. So only can you log in from the office, only can you log in whether you have a password. Okay. Now, let's say, God forbid, somebody actually got into where your data is stored. Okay. Well, guess what? They're not going to be able to get anything unless they have your 256-bit encryption key, which is on your personal computer. Okay, let me say that again. They would have to have your 256-bit encryption key, so they would have to hack into your computer first to get access there. Okay, so again, I'm not going to spend too much more time on this. Okay, I'm going to go into the storage. Okay, now this is a list of all the people that helped us beta test so far. You're going to see your username in there and so forth. Okay. So I know the Blakesters on the call. Here's my personal account right here. So let's say, God forbid, I was a hacker and I want to go and steal Joel Tarian's data. Well, I go into that folder. Okay. And then I go into the data folder on that. Hang on, give me a sec, guys. Okay. Oh, here they are here. So see here. Okay. And this is just a little bit of education that I feel I want to give you guys is the computers here, here, and here. But I'm actually logged into the server. Okay. So let's go to the biggest folder, the biggest computer, which is my MacBook Pro 3. So CD, which CD just means change directory, guys. Okay. Okay. I'm now officially in the folder where the data is. Okay. The data is now split up in this fashion here. Okay. Now let me go into this FF folder just for fun. This is your data. Completely, utterly encrypted. You don't see .jpeg. You don't see .mov. You don't see .mp4. This, my friends, is impossible to hack. Okay? This is what the hacker will see. They don't see pictures. They don't see videos. They don't see Word documents. They don't see PowerPoint presentations. This is the 256-bit encryption that we promise you. Okay? So let me close this. Let me get out of there. And even though it's technobabble, guys, is that good information for you guys to understand? Oh, Neonam says, this is beautiful. Does this help you guys when you have a prospect who says, oh, I don't know, like, could it be hacked? Can it be hacked? No, it can't. Okay. Great info. Good, guys. That's good. Because again, rule of thumb in sales, you don't want to get too technical, but I think it's very, very important for you guys to see all the security protocols that come in and stuff. Okay. So it's this little gadget here that's on my personal computer that they have to hack into. And even to use the encryption key, they still have to put in your password. And your password is not stored anywhere. Let me say that again. So they get access to your software here. They still have to put in your password and your... Thanks, Mary. Mary says, 71-year-old granny gets it. Love it, Mary. Thank you. They still have to know your password, and your password is not stored anywhere. So with that said, let me tell you this. Please, God forbid, do not forget your password, okay? Ever. And I'm not sharing my screen again. I thought that I was. Let me do that again. So here, the point I was trying to make here, guys, okay? Let me just go to a nicer background here because it gets confusing. The encryption key is in the software. So even if they stole the software, they would have to come here and they would have to know your password to be able to get access to your data. And your password is not stored anywhere. Okay. So like I was saying, God forbid then, do not forget your password, because if you do, you will never be able to access your data. Okay. Now, it has happened where people have lost their passwords. It's not that you've lost everything. You're just going to have to re-back up everything to the cloud. Okay. So that's the next part I wanted you guys to understand. Okay. The only place your password is, like Gaetano says, is right here. Don't forget your password. It's not a death sentence, but now we're going to have to reset everything, and you're going to have to re-upload everything to the cloud. Okay. Yeah. We don't allow, like Mark says, no password should be single short. We don't allow it. When you create your password, we say you have to have one upper character, you have to have one special character, you have to have a numeric value, and it has to be a certain amount of characters long. We won't allow you to create a simple password. Okay, guys? Great point, Mark. Thank you for sharing that. So, on to let's make some money together, baby. Okay? Again, coming back to the start of this call, the offer is solid. $2,000 to $3,000 in new business every single day for the past year and a half. Okay. But even that, we started to see people level off because of a bad user experience. That's why I stopped doing the co-ops. I didn't sleep well at night. Okay, guys, I am a product person. The product is what generates the opportunity, not the compensation plan, not the leaders. Yes, those are important, but the number one thing for sustainable, long-term residual income is the product. And I knew from the hundreds of help desk tickets, even possibly thousands of help desk tickets from people all over the world saying, Joel, it's too slow, it's too clunky, it's like my 1966 Ford Fusion car. I'm not having a good experience. And because I'm not having a good experience, I don't feel ethically ready to promote this. Now that the mobile app is working extremely well, and now that the new app coming out, because we know we've got 55 people beta testing it, every single one of them used it very, very well. Okay, we had a couple little things here and there, but nothing major at all. I always wanted to do this. Now, this will be hidden, okay? This will be hidden. This will be a funnel you can use if you choose to use it. This funnel will not be ready tomorrow or the next day. This funnel will be released as we move forward over the coming weeks, okay? And that marketing funnel is so important. And the reason we couldn't do it before is because I wasn't, frankly, proud enough of the software. I knew there were people still having challenges with the software, okay? Like Save My Content says, beta test worked really well for me. That's awesome. It works really, really well for just about everybody, right? Is now, if you want to, now you're not going to use this funnel for your warm market. If you're talking to a friend who says 6 terabytes of space, back up my whole family, unlimited devices, sign me up. Then you go to GotBackup.com, okay? We're going to use this funnel for the pre-enrolled people that didn't take action in the first 2 weeks. We're going to send them an email where they can actually get a 7-day free trial of the software itself. Okay, a 7-day. Okay, well, just want to make sure nobody's pinging me here. Give me a sec, guys. Everything's 1 sec, guys. I just got pinged from our staff. I want to make sure everything's okay. Okay, yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay, so every software as a service, as a company, offers a free trial. Okay, Dropbox does. I mean, you can go and download just about any software on the planet, and they're going to give you a free trial. Try before you buy. Now, I realize this is against conventional wisdom of network marketing, right? But we're like we are a network marketing company, but we lead wholeheartedly with our product, not with the opportunity, not with the compensation plan, not with the leadership, not with the training. The product is what generates the revenue. So if you have somebody sitting on the fence, because they think, well, maybe it's not going to work for them or they can't do it. Now you can say, well, look, click on this button, create a free trial. And it's going to be a unlimited, like we're going to give them the full 6 terabytes of space. Why? If they start to use the product in the first 7 days, now we might try a 7-day free trial. We might try a 14-day free trial. We will beta test length and time and all that kind of stuff. But we're going to give them the full 6 terabytes. Why? We want them to use it. Because guess what? If they upload their computer in the first 7 days or the first 14 days or whatever we decide to do as a group, do you think they're going to cancel? They're going to no, worked well for me. Sign me up. I can back up my kids. I can back up all my devices. I'm ready to go. We didn't, being fully 1,000% transparent with you guys, is we didn't do a free trial before because I knew there were people having issues with the software. Okay? Does that make sense, guys? We knew there was, I just ethically couldn't do it. And there's no point. And look at the size of Amazon, guys. The number one thing that Jeff Bezos has said from day one, obsess over your customer experience. And that's what we needed to do. So now we've got a perfect app coming out, perfect mobile coming out. Everything's working perfectly. If you have again, guys, don't use the free trial funnel. If somebody says, yeah, I'm ready to go, sign me up. Sign them up. If somebody says, I'm not sure, or you're doing cold traffic or whatever, it's always a great idea to give a try before you buy. Okay. So the details, we're going to give people a free trial of the family plan, not the corporate plan, not the personal plan. Okay. We'll test 7 to 14 days. Okay. People who take the trial will be put into your lead capture system so that you can follow up with those people if you want to. Now, what we learned over the past year is a lot of people are scared to death to follow up with anybody. So we will follow up with those people as well on your behalf. So again, those free trial leads will show up in your members area without a doubt, but you don't have to email them if you don't want to, because some of you are really scared. We will be following up with those members to generate a sale for you over those 7 days. Okay. And so forth. So I hope that makes sense. Okay. So why a 7-day free trial? It definitely increases customer engagement. Try the software before you buy, right? Because a lot of people say, yeah, there is some pushback. I'd like to see it. I'd like to try it. That kind of stuff. It builds trust and credibility. There's something called a psychological law of reciprocation. Okay, guys? The more you give out to people with zero expectation back, they psychologically feel like they want to give back to you. So if you give even the free trial member a really great customer experience, they're going to want to join your team. Okay? Makes sense? And it helps to overcome objections. Of course, like I said, all the leads will go into your members area in your email marketing system under the lead capture system. So it generates you leads. It gives us feedback, and it gives us more word of mouth marketing. Wow, did you try the free trial over there? Yeah, I backed up my whole computer really quickly. It was great, right? So again, stress enough, this free trial funnel will be hidden. It will be in your members area, but it's not going to be off the main website. That way, if you have somebody says, just sign me up, you send them to the main website. If they're humming and hawing, and well, would you like to try it for free? Okay. So increased customer retention allows them to experience firsthand. By allowing them to experience firsthand without giving out their credit card, it builds trust and credibility. It overcomes objections, and it generates you leads. Okay. So the new funnel will be really, really, really awesome as well. Okay. So it allows us to get more feedback. And again, word of mouth marketing, that's our beat it. People who like GotBackup will likely tell others. And again, for those of you who are afraid to sell, I get it. Offer them a free trial. Hey, I'm using it, backed up everything me. Would you like to try it? It's just the right thing to do. Right, guys? Somebody wants to join, get them to join. They don't have the reservations, sign them up right away. They got the reservations. Well, how would you like to try it for free? Okay. So soon, probably very early December, this will all be coming out. We're finalizing the pages, the videos, and the emails, guys. So what I want to do, okay, is I want to give you, before we part for the day, an example video that will be in the members area when we release this. Okay, so let me go and grab that video for you guys for a sec. Give me a second. Give me a sec, guys. I'm just finding the video. Okay, so I'm going to play a video here, guys, of the Windows install. Okay, so this is not live yet, but I just want to show you we're finalizing support videos, marketing videos, training videos. We want everything so seamless that people at 85 years old have a great seamless end user experience. So let's play this video. It's 3 or 4 minutes long. Then we'll come back and end the session. And I just hope all of you are on the same page. For those of you who came in late, yes, this is recorded. We'll put the recording in the members area. So let's go ahead and play this video for you now.
GotBackup family. In this video, I'm going to show you where to find the installation file for GotBackup and how to install it into your computer. Now, in this example, I'm using Windows 11, but it's the same process installing on a Windows 10 computer also. So, let's get started. We're going to head to the left-hand tab where it says Digital Tools, GotBackup. Use this tool and click that. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning, I'm using a Windows computer, so I'm going to go ahead and click Download for Windows. Depending on your internet speed, this may take a couple of minutes. Once your download is complete, we're going to go ahead and open up the file. Depending on where you put your downloads by default, that's where it's going to be downloaded to. Mine is set to downloads, so I'm going to go ahead and double-click and install. And then we'll just follow the instructions. This is where it's telling you where it's going to put the actual application. Click Next. Okay, I want a shortcut on my desktop. Next. And then it's going to go ahead and install. Awesome. So now it's going to ask you to put in your login details again. I'm going to go ahead and put in mine. So this is where the one-click set and forget comes in. The backup is basically starting in the background. You can close this if you want. And basically, right here, it's going to tell you what's backing up and how much. Depending on how large your hard drive is, this might take a couple of hours or maybe all night. So it's always good to pre-plan when you're going to do your initial backup, because it might be bigger than what mine is. So while this is backing up, you can just leave this in the background. And also keep in mind that since it's working in the background, you can check in this task manager right here that it's still on. And if you want to get back to that same window, you can just right-click and open Control Panel, and it'll bring you back over here. It will update you on where you're at with your backup. Okay, now it says that it's all backed up. If you go into your account, you can now see this is the device that they just backed up. If you have more computers or devices, you will see more on your dashboard right here. Now, let's say I want to restore back onto my computer. It's very simple. I can either come right here, click Restore, and it's going to tell me to come back to my main dashboard on my desktop and restore there. I'm going to put in my account password real quick. And it's going to load this file tree for you. This is the Windows on this laptop, the C drive, and this is everything that was backed up. So as an example, let's say I want to restore my videos that were uploaded to my backup cloud. This PC users, this is my username right here. Let's say I want to set back up some videos. Let me just put a temporary folder on my desktop just to show. And I'm basically going to follow the same file path that I did on my original hard drive, and you'll see that everything is backed up. Videos. And I'm going to restore to this folder on my desktop. My desktop, it's right here, the shortcut. So, it's going to restore. This is a brand new folder, so it's not going to override anything. This is just for the example. It's going to restore. And you can do this for your whole computer if you need to. You can restore everything that was basically backed up. It's really that easy. I'm just doing this for an example. And here we go. So, there you go. It's truly a set and forget solution.
So there you go, guys. And it just reminded me of one more question when somebody said, does it overwrite everything? I forgot to show you this one feature. So I'm going to share my screen again. Let me come here. What I forgot to show you is the versioning part. This is what's super cool as well. Included in your $9.97 is in your backup here, you'll have versioning for a full year. Yes, your backups every hour for a full year. Okay, so these are all my incremental backups and so forth. So what's the value of this incremental backup here is, let's say, oh my God, 3 months ago, I had that PowerPoint and I deleted it off my computer. Oh my gosh, can I go get it? Yes, you can go back to whatever date and time you want to and restore a file or folder that you deleted from your computer back to the cloud. Okay. So I forgot to show you guys that feature. Thank you for someone sort of reminding me of that. And so it's another additional feature, versioning for a full year included for $9.97 per month. In closing, guys, the number one thing successful in network marketing today is your product used irrespective of an opportunity? Damn right. Google Drive, Dropbox, iCloud. Is it a product or service that people are used to paying for monthly anyway? Yes. Google Drive's upsell, iCloud's upsell, GotBackup's upsell, all that kind of stuff, right? People try to create these creative business opportunities, but if it's not the norm of buying patterns, it doesn't work, right? So some people try to do auto ship of something in network marketing that people aren't used to paying for auto ship anyway. Okay. My success over the past 25 years has always been creating products. Understand this, please. Creating products and service that people pay for monthly anyway, irrespective of an opportunity. People pay for their domain names every year. People pay for their web hosting every month. People pay for video streaming every month. People pay for their backup service every month. Okay. And so it's the product that creates the opportunity. GotBackup at a price point that nobody anywhere in the world cares about at $9.97 a month. And now we just added a full pure backup into your service. One more feature for less than $10 a month. That's what's going to get you lifelong residual income. If somebody starts backing up their computer, mobile device, they're not going anywhere. We did awesome over the past year and a half anyway, but we didn't hit the tsunami in growth simply because, being fully transparent, we had some issues with the software. And the minute somebody has an issue, if they're an ethical marketer, will stop in their tracks and go, didn't work that well for me, so I really can't ethically promote this. Now you can. Okay, guys? It's truly the product that creates the opportunity. Guys, in today's world, this has more mass appeal than vitamins, more mass appeal than a lot of things, because every single one of you has one of these. 80% of people worldwide have a computer, and their data is extremely important to them. Okay? If you're in health and wellness, which there's nothing wrong with that, you still have to slide in with people. Hey, what do you take? Are you looking to lose weight? Are you looking to feel younger or healthier? Do you have a computer at home? Yes, I do. Do you back it up? Yeah, to an external hard drive. Oh, there's your way in. Huh? You have a mobile phone? Yeah. Are you passionate about the pictures and videos on your mobile phone? Very passionate. How would you like to back them up? Like, you know what I mean, guys? The offer is off the charts. Everybody understands in an instant the value of their device, their value of their computer, their value of their data, and they all know they should back it up. And when they find out they can back up unlimited devices for them and 5 other family members, it's unbelievable. Okay, guys? So, yeah, exactly. Like Dr. says here, Dr. Ricky. Yeah, me too. I had external hard drives fail. And remember my story, guys. Got on a cruise ship. I had my laptop bag. In my laptop bag was my computer and my external hard drive. All of it got stolen. I lost every single picture in my videos of my kids growing up from ages birth to 6, 7, and 8. Well, here, let me show you. So there's other companies that have, but let me show you the value proposition, Robert. Here's an example of one here, okay? Just the insane value. So if you want to back up one computer without the collaborate and share, so what they're saying here, what they're offering here is one backup here, no collaborate and share, just a backup. $99 a year. We're $99 a year for 6 computers. unlimited device, 6 counts, unlimited devices. Plus here, they call their, what we call our collaborate. Whoop, let me close this one so I don't keep going here again. Let me make sure. What they call their collaborate and share here is not included in their backup. If you want the backup for 5 computers, now they say unlimited cloud backup. Why? Because I know that most computers aren't more than 500 gigs to a terabyte, right? But if you want just 5,000 gigabytes, they call it briefcase, which is backup and share. Look at your price point. Look at their price point if you just want the share and collaborate, which they call briefcase, $175 a year. We're combining all of this plus 1 extra computer, not just 5, but 6 in this price point. Okay, guys, the value is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Believe in what we're doing because it's so easy to do. So with that said, guys, thank you for your patience. Thank you. We knew we had issues. And again, let me reiterate it again. This is just the beginning. We will be rolling this out over the coming weeks. Okay? Rolling this out over the coming weeks. Why? We want to make sure it's an amazing experience for everybody. We're in the last stages of beta testing right now. So you will get an email or a pop-up in your members area when we invite you in to try the new features. Okay, guys? Get excited because it's a business opportunity that just makes perfect sense. No price objections. Everybody has a phone or computer, and everybody knows they should back up their devices. Love you all. Have an awesome, amazing, wonderful day. Super excited. This is just the beginning. Please don't put in 500 help desk tickets with your questions. We'll come back. We'll do some more webinars just to answer your questions and so forth, guys. So there will be a recording. I'll get the recording in the members area on Monday morning. Love you all. Mwah. Have an awesome day. We are heading for a massive tsunami. That I can guarantee you. Millionaires will be made and we will be $1 billion brand. Have an awesome day, guys. Love you all and bye for now.